Welcome to episode 3 of the Beetlejuice GM series. In episode 2, I showed the recap of everyone's stats. I forgot Jimmy Uso. Very sad. I no-yeeted him. He had a 2-2 record going into last episode. One-time United States champion, one-time tag team champion. Alright, cool. Now that we fixed the error that we made last episode, here's a graphic of all our women's tag champs from 2K23. You see it. It was a very interesting list. Now we get into the recap from last episode and everyone's updated stats. We have the Viper, Randy Orton, still our World Heavyweight Champion with a 4-5 record, one-time World Heavyweight Champion, and he won the United States Championship last episode but then lost it. We have our Women's World Heavyweight Champion, Carmella, and Mella was money because she comes on to Raw, she does not lose, 3-0 record, wins the Women's World title, she's on fire. We have main event Jey Uso, who is a double champion right now, our current United States champion, our current tag team champion, 2-4 record, one-time US champ, one-time tag champion, We have the other half of our Raw tag team champions, Carl Anderson, with a 5-4 record, and funny enough, same accomplishments as his tag team partner, one-time United States champion, one-time tag team champion. We have the man, Becky Lynch, one half of our women's champions, no longer Becky, 2 belts as she lost the World Heavyweight title, 5-3 record, 2-time World Heavyweight Champion, one-time Tag Team Champion, one-time Slapnuts MVP, and she's the first person in this My GM series to win all accomplishments for any of the wrestlers, and that is just crazy. And we have Becky's tag team partner, the other half of the women's tag team champions, Natalya, with a 3-7 record, one-time tag team champion. We have our Tribal Chief. Put your hands up. Put the ones up. Acknowledge him as he has a 6-3 record, one-time World Heavyweight Champion, and one-time MVP. We have Chelsea Green with a 6-4 record. Every time it gets me doing that. One-time Tag Team Champion. This time we have Jimmy Uso. I did not forget him this time. 3-3 record, one-time United States Champion, one-time Tag Team Champion. He did not get yeeted. He looked at me and he said, "No yeet." We signed the Goddess, Alexa Bliss, last episode. No matches, 0-0 record. Let's see what she can do this episode. We have Tiffany Stratton with a 1-7 record, one-time World Heavyweight Champion, one-time Tag Team Champion. And unfortunately, Tiffy time is over. As I made an error. I didn't know how much money we had. I refused to give Tiffany a bonus that she wanted, and she is gone. So this is probably the last time we see her this season on Raw. Maybe ever again. Goodbye, Tiffy time. We have Solo Sikoa, the Thumb, possibly your new Tribal Chief with a 3-7 record. Hey, Solo knows what losing means, right? Wins and losses matter. One-time Tag Team Champion. We have Austin Theory with a 1-4 record. One-time United States Champion. And finally, we have Akira Tozawa with a 3-4 record. He's the only wrestler we have who has not won a title. And damn, Tozawa, that's nasty. Let's see if he could change that this episode. It is time for the Slapnuts MVP Award winners. And your male Slapnuts MVP winner is your Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. That is right. He's the first person to become a 2-time MVP. First person to win 2 MVPs in a row. It was a tight race last episode. Not a lot of the men did much, but Roman did just enough to get the edge and become an MVP yet again. And your women's MVP is none other than Carmella. She was money last episode, undefeated, and your champion, and now she's an MVP.
Welcome to the fabulous era of Carmella!
We have the Goddesses Alexa and Chelsea versus Natalya and Becky for the tag titles, and we have new women tag champions as Natalya gets injured. Our women's champion Carmella cut in a charity promo. Akira Tozawa versus Solo Sikoa 1-on-1, and Solo picks up the win with a thumb, building some momentum. Jimmy Uso saying no yeet in a promo, upset we forgot him last week. Carl Anderson versus Austin Theory. A-Town down is up as he picks up the win. Jey was injured before the PLE. He battles Roman for the title, and we have a new United States champion.
Acknowledge me.
SmackDown has Carmelo and Butch versus Kit and Ludwig, and they don't even know. SmackDown doesn't even know Carmelo's jumping ship as Ludwig and Kit pick up the win. Gunther calls out Carmelo. They don't even know. Carmelo's gone. He's jumping ship. Kevin and Sammy versus Red Monsoon and Chester, two enhancement talents as KO and Sammy pick up the win. Mediocre match. Shinsuke cutting a promo. Then we have Nikki Cross versus Valhalla, one-on-one, and Nikki Cross picks up the win in a mediocre match. Then we have one half of the tag champs, Julius Creed cutting a promo. Zoe Stark versus Bayley for the women's title, and Zoe Stark is your new women's champion. NXT starts with Blair and Dakota defending against Bianca and Tia Hale, and Bianca and Tia Hale are your new NXT Women Tag Champions, as Sammy Vortex calls out Tia Hale. Ridge Holland versus Giovanni Vinci, one-on-one. Ridge Holland picks up the win, continues the rivalry. Pretty Ruthless doing some charity. We have Santos Escobar versus Damian Priest in a tables match for the title. Santos is your new NXT champion in a great match. Elton Prince cuts a promo. We have Humberto versus Josh Briggs, one-on-one, and Humberto picks up the win in a great match, and NXT continues to dominate.
Well, I look like I'm playing with you?
We have Austin Theory's contract running out, and if you know me, I don't like letting my wrestlers walk away. I want you to stay with me for as long as possible. We're still new to the contract negotiations. We're trying to figure out how long should we get them, what's a good price range, how much money do we have. And I was thinking about the 10 weeks, but we end up just giving Austin exactly what he wanted. It was just easier that way. We have Carmelo. He's excited to be on Raw. We're excited to have him. Then we have Akira Tozawa immediately wanting a tag team with Carmelo. We love to see it. We have something for them to do. We can feud for a tag division. You love to see it. We lost Tiffany, gained Carmelo, but we're also going to gain Kofi Kingston the Monday Night Raw. And then we go and we use the Hell Spell to let Chelsea Green rest up. We start off with Randy versus Jimmy Uso for the World Heavyweight title, and Jimmy Uso is our new champion. We can't forget him now. He is the man, no yeet. Alexa does a promo while Chelsea's at the spa relaxing. Jay and Carl versus Akira Tozawa, Carmelo. They retain faces versus faces. I was hoping for a title switch. We start a rivalry. Kofi versus Solo. Since I knew we were going to do the tag team rivalry, Solo needed someone, and he immediately thumbs Kofi Mania. Starts a rivalry, so we love to see that. Carmella versus Becky. Undefeated streak on the line. It doesn't matter. Carmella wins. SmackDown has Paragon J. Pierce versus Ludwig versus Veer. Triple threat, and Ludwig Kaiser picks up the win. Starts a rivalry. Disappointing match, though. I mean, it's something. Shinsuke does some charity. We have KO versus Chester. Upset about the tag team loss. Doesn't matter. KO picks up another win against Chester. Gunther doing some charity. Now that Carmelo's gone, he has nothing to do. Maxine versus Tiffany. Nikki Cross runs in. We lost Tiffany to SmackDown, but then we got Carmelo. We kind of traded. Sami Zayn doing a self-promo. Zoe Stark versus Bayley for the title. Back-to-back. Zoe Stark retains against Bayley. NXT starts off with Tia Hale versus Sammy Vortex. Last week, Sammy Vortex called out Tia Hale. It doesn't matter. Tia Hale picks up the win. She's red hot. Continues the rivalry. We have Blair Davenport cutting a promo. Santos versus Damian versus Prince. Prince did a promo. He wanted to be involved. It doesn't matter. Santos picks up the win. He's the champion for a reason. Maurice calls out Bianca Belair. Ridge Holland versus Giovanni Vinci. Rematch from last NXT, and Ridge Holland back-to-back wins against Giovanni. Then you have Pretty Ruthless doing back-to-back charities. Josh Briggs versus Humberto again, one-on-one. Humberto picks up the win. An amazing match, and NXT just dominates.
You don't have time for this shit.
We have Akira Tozawa. Happy we teamed him up with Carmelo Hayes. Love to see it. Jey Uso, he wants a raise. He feels like he is the main event. The difference between him and Tiffany is we had the money to give Tiffany. We said no. Jay, that's a lot of money we don't have, and he's upset. We might have messed up. We have Jimmy Uso immediately defending the title against Randy Orton, and Jimmy Uso goes no yeet on the Viper, continues the rivalry. Austin Theory cutting a promo. Akira Tozawa and Carmelo versus Carl Anderson. Jey Uso for the tag titles. We have new tag champions. You love to see it. Rivalry grows. Alexa Bliss cuts a promo. Roman versus Solo versus Kofi for the United States Championship. Solo wins it. The Thumb is a champion. We're kind of preparing if Jay wants to leave or not. Chelsea Green versus Becky versus Carmella. Undefeated streak on the line, and the man ends it as she's your new women's champion. Triple threat to start off SmackDown. Kevin versus Chester versus Sammy. Kevin Owens, 3 wins in a row. Don't know why they did a triple threat, though. But hey, it is what it is. Maxine Dupree doing a self-promo. Then we have Paragon Pierce versus Ludwig Kaiser. They started a rivalry. And Ludwig continues to win. Disappointing match, though. Didn't continue the rivalry. Donna Matrix doing a self-promo. Julius Creed versus Shinsuke. Shinsuke's been cutting promos. Can he finally back it up? Nope. Julius Creed picks up the win. Starts a rivalry, though. Then we have Silence doing charity. Oh, Tiffany Stratton in the main event against Zoe Stark for the women's title. And she lost. This is why we're happy. Tiffany left. Santos versus Damian Priest versus Ivar for the NXT title. Damian Priest wins back the NXT championships, continues the rivalry. Tia Hale calls out Blair Davenport. Bianca versus Maurice for the title. Maurice did call out Bianca, wins the match, but I think it was by DQ, no title change. Blair Davenport cuts a promo. Prince versus Big E versus Finn Balor, triple threat match. And the Prince picks up the win. Finn Balor, great match. Giovanni Vinci had to cut promos after those 2 losses. Josh Briggs versus Humberto. 3 main events. Humberto just wins. Just like NXT just continues to win. We're close, though.
I'm the man with the plan.
We have Alexa Bliss telling us her contract's running up. Of course, we're going to bring back Alexa Bliss. She just won the tag team titles with Chelsea Green. Still trying to think about the price range, but we do it. Then we have Jey Uso. I did say I felt like we made a mistake. Jey is not happy with us. We don't want him to yeet us. We have the entire bloodline. We want to continue it, so we pay him double what he wanted. Roman's upset he lost the title. He wants a rematch. He's yelling, "Solo! I'm the Tribal Chief. Why are you trying to take my spot?" We give him the match. We have Jimmy versus Randy for the 3rd week in a row for the World Heavyweight title. I won't lie, we don't really want Jimmy with the title. Randy wins, but it's by DQ. Classic match. This was it. I was hoping Randy would win the title, and he didn't. Carmella does an advertising promo. We need money after what Jay did to us. Alexa versus Natalya. Natalya back from injury. It doesn't matter. Alexa Bliss picks up the win, starts a rivalry. Carl Anderson doing some advertising. We need money. Like I said, Austin Theory versus Carmelo. Melo's money, but he lost to Austin Theory. It's so sad to see that. Starts a rivalry. Tozawa doing some nasty advertising. We need the money. We gave Roman what he wanted against Kofi, Jay, and Solo for the United States Championship. Tribal Chief is back. SmackDown continues the Pierce and Ludwig rivalry with a tables match. And Ludwig picks up the win. He's red hot, picking up 3 wins in a row. They don't know what to do with Gunther. Cuts a promo after Carmelo leaves. They're like, "Kevin, fight someone else. Please, fight Kit." And Kit picks up the win. Kevin finally loses. Mediocre match. Tag team rivalry call out. Bailey's upset, said, "Let's continue this." Tiffany versus Maxine Dupree. Tiffany got downgraded, but you know what? It's fine. We're fine. Go on SmackDown and be a loser. Who cares? I don't need you. Indy Hartwell cuts a promo. Julius Creed, Shinsuke tables match. They got to the main event. Shinsuke backs it up, finally wins. Maurice versus Bianca. Maurice won last week for the title. Ooh, and Maurice is your women's champion for NXT now. That's upsetting. Damian Priest doing some charity. Fatal 4-way. Blair versus Tia versus Dakota versus Piper Nevin. And Blair Davenport picking up a win. That might be her first win of the episode. Santos cutting a promo. We get a rematch of this triple threat match. Big E, Prince, and Finn Balor. This time Big E picking up the win in a good match. Ivar calls out Chase. Then you have Humberto, Briggs. Giovanni Vinci got put into the main event. And Josh Briggs picks up the win because of it. NXT knows what they're doing. They're just smart. They are the best. We have Roman, happy that we gave him a rematch for the United States Championship, and I'm happy to give it to you, my Tribal Chief. I love you. I acknowledge you. We did try to stack the odds against him. We kind of wanted Jay to win it because we paid him all that money. Then we have Triple H telling us about this new ad where they're charging $10K, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm broke. And if this ad doesn't work, I need the money. I'm like, fuck it. We'll go at high risk, high reward. If it works, we get money. If it doesn't, we lose money. It's a win or lose situation. We go for it. We use our card advertising on NXT because they're at top and we need them to drop. We start off Raw with our Tribal Chief Roman Reigns defending the United States Championship against Theory, against Carmelo, against Akira Tozawa, giving guys a chance, but Roman doesn't care. It's his title, and he gets injured. He just needs a break. It's all right. Chelsea Green doing some advertising. Alexa versus Natalya, part 2. Can Alexa continue to be undefeated? She can, as Natalya picks up the win. Carl Anderson versus Kofi. I needed just someone to book it. Kofi picks up the win. 2 faces, not a good idea. I needed someone. Becky Lynch versus Carmella. Can Carmella win back the title? She can't. Back-to-back losses. Becky picks up the win. We finally get that rivalry. And then we get Jimmy Uso versus Randy Orton for the 4th time for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Randy picks up the win. You love to see it. I forgot to mention that was our pay-per-view. But SmackDown's pay-per-view, Shinsuke and Gunther versus Sammy and Julius Creed for the tag titles. Gunther and Shinsuke win. They finally figured out something for Gunther. Silence doing a self-promo. Then we have Donna Matrix versus Indy Hartwell. I think that's the debut of Donna. It doesn't matter. Indy picks up the win in a duel match. Kit Wilson doing a self-promo. Maxine versus Tiffany. Good. You get even pushed further up the mid-card. Tiffany picks up the win. She just has a jobber. It's not fair. Veer Mahan cutting a self-promo. Pierce versus Ludwig tables match to end the rivalry, I believe. Ludwig's just been dominant. Mediocre. No, didn't end the rivalry at all. That's tough for SmackDown. Butch doing a self-promo. They did a call-out. Tag titles on the line. Isla and Bayley versus Nikki and Zoe. Is there a double champ? We have a double champ on SmackDown. Ivar defends the North American title against Andre Chase and Finn Balor. Start off NXT's pay-per-view. Ivar defends his title successfully. Piper calls out Dakota. Damian Priest versus Santos. No title on the line. Damian Priest picks up the win. Ends the rivalry. Maurice calls out Bianca again. Elton Prince versus Big E. Going back to that rivalry. Elton Prince picks up the win. Completing it, actually. Then Giovanni Vinci doing a self-promo. Blair and Dakota versus Tia Hale and Bianca for the NXT Women's Tag Titles. And they win the NXT Tag Titles, ending the rivalry. Humberto versus Josh Briggs to end the rivalry once and for all. Main event, Humberto picks up the win. And we were close, and NXT just jumped even further ahead of us. This is so sad to see, but we'll try to get them next time.
You ain't got no match for me.
We get to the trade section, and SmackDown offers us a crazy trade. They want to offer us Veer, their WWE champion, for money, which I could do it. I mean, it's worth more than what Veer is. I mean, a lot more. But no, we don't have the money, and I don't want Veer. So we're just going to say, to Teddy Long. Bye-bye. And then right after, I didn't know this was a thing, we could get trades from both shows. NXT offers us Ivar for Randy. You're crazy. Our World Heavyweight Champion and probably our best wrestler. Bye-bye, William.
Stop player hating, dude.
We have a lot of news after the pay-per-view. We have Triple H telling us that we gained 8K fans from that ad agency, which that's a bonus. You know, it worked. Which I just realized they show you the budget above the week. I'm so dumb. Carmella wants a new contract. She was great for us. Of course we're going to bring her back. I considered just keeping her for the entire season, but we just give her what she wants. Well, I am so dumb. How did I not realize the budget is right there at the top? How am I was complaining that it was on the bottom. Kofi Kingston's contract's also coming up to an end. We're going to keep Kofi as well. See, the previous 2K GM mode, it was right there. At the end where all the wrestlers' names were, right above select and view roster, we gave Kofi, we didn't do what Kofi wanted. We gave him a little bit of a stiff offer trying to save money. Kofi was upset about it. Triple H, he's letting us know Kofi and Anderson, that's a bad matchup. I know, it sucks. Randy wants to be in St. Louis. Akira Tozawa is like, hey, boss, I'm tired of being face. Turn me heel, and I want to fight Carmelo Hayes. That's crazy. You came up to us. I'm happy Carmelo's here. I want to team up with Carmelo. Thank you for teaming up with Carmelo. Me and Carmelo won the tag titles. Now it's screw Carmelo. I want to fight Carmelo. Well, damn, Tozawa. That's nasty. Almost as nasty as me being dumb and not realizing the budget's at the top. I thought it was going to be on the bottom left corner. I feel dumb. We give Akira what he wants. We're at the end of the episode. It's a shake-up time. I didn't really like the cards they offered us, but 2 of the cards would have only lasted for 5 shows. I don't think we would have benefited from it, so we go for Classes in Session. Just feel like it's the more better card. We can boost up wrestlers. The tough thing was which class we would pick. We had to go for which one was most versatile. We ended up going with the cruiserweights. We had 5 wrestlers there. 5 wrestlers we felt like we could build upon in the future of this season at least. Who knows about next season. I hope you all enjoy. I enjoyed how just crazy this episode was and how stupid I am. I'll see you all next time.